Alright, Buttercups. This is Artie with episode 2 of Breaking the Binary, and I'm here today to give you a crash course in non-binary. Non-binariness, yes, crash course. So, what is non-binary? Non-binary is a umbrella term used to describe any gender outside of the normal, quote-unquote, male and female. Think of gender and biological sex as well as like a spectrum, where there's masculine on one side, feminine traits on the other side, and then non-binary is basically everything that's in between that's not 100% male or female. Now, some may say, but Artie, there's nothing between male and female, and I'm here to tell you that you're wrong, and probably a transphobe. Because there's a whole lot of genders between male and female, and it doesn't just happen in the human species either. In lots of different animals all over the planet, there are trans animals, there are asexual animals, there are non-binary animals. We can ascribe a lot of our different terms for non-binary genders to a lot of different other species. So it's not something that is just made up. It's something that's been around for a very long time, and if you look at any other culture, any other non-European culture, a lot of them do have words for people who aren't male or female. They have concepts of a third, fourth, and even there's a certain tribe that has 7 genders. Which seems baffling at first, because how could there be so many genders? But if you think about it, there's actually way more than that. And I tried to explain this to my mom in the best and easiest way possible that I could. And I tried to draw many diagrams of what a gender spectrum would even look like. And it works to some degree, because to some degree you do have male on one side, female on the other, and then, you can plot the points in between until you get to the concept of a gender, which is a sub-gender of the non-binary umbrella, meaning that you don't ascribe to any gender at all. You have no feeling of a gender. There's just nothing there. So I'm neither male nor female. I am in a feminine body going through masculinizing hormone therapy so that I can bring myself more to, I guess for lack of a better term, what the middle of the spectrum would be. Whatever that middle ground is between male and female, that is where I want to be. But non-binary can be also a lot of different things. There's also, gender fluid, where your gender can change, depending on, what you're feeling that day. So you can feel more masculine one day, more feminine the next, and it just changes over time. There's also, like a neutral gender, where it's kind of like a gender, but it's just more of a neutral feeling rather than no feeling at all. There is what's called demi-genders, so where you feel like you're a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So like a demi-boy or a demi-girl, you're a little bit of a boy, a little bit of girl, and a lot of something else. Whether it's I'm a little bit of a girl and a lot of a gender, or a little bit of a boy and, very neutral other times. It's very complex and very individualistic, and every person has their own ways of describing their experiences, and I can't say that I'm here to speak for all non-binary people, but I hope that this at least will inspire them to make their own videos, have their own voices, and explain their feelings on their own terms. It can be exhausting to have to explain yourself to everyone who passes by, everyone that you meet in a day is like, what's non-binary? And it gets exhausting after a while. But I also have a love of art and making videos, and of drawing and making comics and writing novels, and I want people to know my truth. I want that to be out there, no matter what form it may be in. I want people to know that yes, there is a difference there is a different option rather than just male and female. There are non-binary trans people that exist, and as a child I didn't know what non-binary was because I had never heard of it, and I don't want other kids to go through that same experience, because I held so much anger inside of me as a kid. I didn't know what to do with myself after puberty, and I just hated everything and hated myself, and it wasn't a great time. So this language needs to be out there. It needs to be taught in schools, and we don't even have proper sex education, nonetheless gender education, but it is something that I think is important to talk about, especially with your kids, because you never know if your kid is going to be trans or gay or anything else. And as a parent, you need to be there to support your kid first and foremost in anything that they're going through. And I thank my mom for understanding that, because she wants to try to understand. She wants to still support me in any way that she can. And I didn't expect her to be on board with it 100%, but at least she's trying. And other people, other parents need to, at the very least, try for their kids. Even if you don't agree with it, even if you don't understand it, just try to understand. Try to see where they're coming from, and try to see someone else's perspective. And who knows, maybe you'll learn something along the way. Maybe you'll change your perspective and say, hey, I never thought about it this way. I never thought that there could be, something between male and female that doesn't fit the binary. Our society is a very binary system. There's, of course, male and female, masculine and feminine, Democrat, Republican, and it doesn't need to be that way necessarily. We don't need everything divided into two options. There are so many choices and so many options that we have in our society. Politically, liberal is the only option that you should choose. But other than that, in so many other aspects, there are a lot of choices, and in other categories, there are a lot of right choices that you can make. Politically, though, I am only able to transition as I am because I have a good job with good health care. I don't know how much longer I will keep doing my job. As I said in a previous video, I am tired all the time. My body aches, my face hurts, I have dry skin, and it's to the point where my skin physically hurts. So I don't know how much longer I can do my job, but it's paying for my transition, and so far it's been everything paid for 100%, so I haven't had to shell out any money. I haven't had to shell out any money other than my copays for doctor's visits, which for a specialist is $50, so not the best, but not the worst either, especially if it's someone I only see every 3 months or so. I can do that. I can handle that. So this would not be possible without my employer or without my doctor. And I am glad that I can start to make my own choices, and I have, enough control over my life now that I can decide how I present myself to the world. I can decide whether I'm male, female, or something else. I can decide that I want a deeper voice, I want more facial hair, I don't want my breasts. I can make those decisions for myself because I am an adult now, and I understand my gender now, and I have the funds to do so, as long as my healthcare continues to pay for it. If I ever lose my healthcare, I'm screwed. And I hope I never have to see that situation. I mean, healthcare should be free anyways, and education should be free. A lot of things in our society should be free, but that's another tangent for a different video. So, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Otherwise, please like and subscribe if you want to see more of my endless ranting, and or if you just want to hear more about my life and how my transition is going.